What is up, guys? Good morning. Hold up, let me send the live. NY live. Okay. I mean, what a day. What what like what? Craziness to madness and badness. So, we have the non-farm employment change today, not the non-farm payroll, the non-farm employment change, which, if you don't know, since they changed it to non-farm employment change, has done absolutely nothing. It has literally not moved at all. And then today it decides to get this massive fucking pump for the non-farm employment change move. So here we are, back at the previous day high. Again, I feel like we start these lives like in this area. Every day this week we've started in this area. So yeah, third day this week, we are now starting in this area. Once again, welcome to this fucking daily volume imbalance, bro. Shit. What's the bias today? So normally I would be bearish. But at this point, I'm leaning a little bit more bullish. The way we went and took previous day low, and the way it came all the way back and took previous day high, that is a little concerning for sure, right? If for anybody that's trying to go short, that is concerning. This is what we would call essentially an engulfing candle. So I'm not going to be bearish here yet, unless obviously like we inverse this 15-minute or something, then I'll go bearish again. But I'm not bearish here yet. Coming into this, I am initially bullish. I'm gonna look for a trade here. But like, where am I gonna target? This would be a nice like 15-minute change in state, or sorry, 1-minute change in state coming out of the 15-minute gap. This could be like worth a little long right here, right? Right there could be worth a little long. Now like where this is gonna go, we've got these few highs up here. Like these are gonna be the immediate ones. So I've got 489 and I've got 514. Those are the ones that immediately like stand out to me here. Ooh. Ooh, I might try it. I'm gonna try it. Fuck it. I'm trying it, guys. I'm trying it. There's a good amount of risk here though, so you probably want to be careful with this one. But let's see. I want to like quickly move this stop loss. So if we can like start to get a move here, I would just quickly move the stop loss. The trade here is liquidity sweep, right? Liquidity sweep right there. Okay, liquidity sweep right there. SMT at this low. Change in state of delivery on the 1-minute, 15-minute fair value gap. Like all in all, not a horrible look here. I'm taking these on, or this trade is on an eval. Since last night, I've been on eval. I have not changed to my funded yet because this week has just been absolute garbage. So eval only trade here, but we'll look to see if maybe we can get a little something out of this. 514, nice target. As we like start cracking these highs, I'm just gonna move this stop higher and higher. That would be the goal here, is to just quickly move the stop. Don't want to, you know, not move the stop here. if this is going to come down, it's got to do it from here as well, right? So this is basically like, if it's bullish, it needs to do it here. Otherwise, it's not gonna go up. It's gonna come down. Either way, pretty fucking shitty, right? Like the price action here inside of this range has been really shitty. Since yesterday, it's been pretty ass. Like this move up, really shitty. Couldn't even trade this because these lows at that 6 a.m. candle, the 6 a.m. lows have not manipulated. This 4-hour low has not manipulated at all. So the move up is a shitty move up, right? Like I wouldn't want to trade this move up. Right? So we'll kind of watch and see how this goes, how it reacts to like the inside of this range. But this is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, seventh time that we are coming back into this range high. So no idea what this does, like, but every time we revisit this area, it obviously gets weak. Okay, I stopped out of that trade. It obviously gets weaker and weaker and weaker, right? Every single time that it comes up into this area. So, I mean, from just pure order flow perspective, after the 7th time that we come up into this area, I would expect just a breakthrough and a continuation above. But it's just not seeing that, dude. And then that's the shitty part here. But overall, I want to be bearish. However, these highs keep getting broken, right? So this was Monday high. We broke it on Tuesday high, and now we broke Tuesday's high onto Wednesday high. So new high keeps getting made on the daily time frame, right? We've got a new high each and every single day here. So yeah, I don't know. This kind of is like a little weird. Data low, I mean, it would be cool, bro. I would love if data low comes because that means we can flip this candle and actually be bearish again. But I don't know. I don't know, dude. I don't know. This thing just looks a little weird. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan. Definitely not a fan of longing once it comes down into this. Like, if it comes to data low, right? If it comes all the way down to this area, I'm definitely not longing. Definitely not longing if it comes back down to that area. Like, the only way a long would be valid here still, as much as I don't want a long, but like I kind of have to because that's the only setup here, is going to be this gap, right? We have to respect this gap if it's going to go higher. So if it can't do that, then I'm just not going to long at all, period. That 15-minute gap, by the way, invalid. That first 15-minute gap, invalid. So if we make another change in state of delivery here, right? Like if we get an additional setup to the upside, I would not participate because the first one didn't play out. Not going to round trip the same trade. So have some profits to play here from last night too. I did take this trade in the premium. Where is it at? Can I find it? So this was the trade that I took last night. Right here. And that's from these highs. So we took this trade all the way into the previous day lows. A beautiful move. Almost no drawdown here at all. So sick ass move that we got here to previous day low. So I have a little bit of profits to play with here. Which is the main reason why I would try out this trade regardless. Why didn't you stream Asia? Bro, it wasn't that good. Look at it. It just moved up slowly. We didn't actually get a trade. I didn't get my trade until 12:15 a.m. That's why. I was waiting to start Asia, but nothing happened. Nothing happened. The yellow zone. The yellow area is a volume imbalance. Right? It's a volume imbalance. Daily volume imbalance. And so far, we have showed signs of respecting it, but I mean, it just continues making new highs, right? New daily highs it keeps making. So it's extremely difficult reading this. And this is something that I mentioned in my weekly outlook that I did for the Discord, which is we have CPI on Friday, which my suspicion was that CPI Friday might be messing with the price action through the week. And that's proving to kind of be true here. So we'll see. I guess we'll see. Okay, that 15-minute gap just got hit. 15-minute gap just got hit. Lower 15-minute gap just got hit. So if it's bullish, this is where it needs to play out from. Right? Got to do it here. Otherwise, it's not going to do it at all. And then this is just bearish. Fuck. Change in state right now is going to be right here. We do have SMT here. So right now looks fine. Like looks good for a move. Hold on. Let me switch accounts to... Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to a... I'm going to switch to MNQ, bruv. Because I'm going to hop on the funded. Okay. On MNQ here. This is the 15-minute gap. This is the 1-minute change in state. We have SMT here right now. So let's see. If we get this trade here, it would be pretty cool. Be a nice confirmation setup. What's the trade? Trade would be, it would be a long if it can play out here. It would be a long into that, after this change in state of delivery, it would be a long. As long as we hold the SMT here. I'm watching ES. ES is not in this 15-minute gap here. So if we get this, I'll try out like probably 3 micros long just because I don't want to put on too much risk here on these fundeds. Okay, no change in state yet. You're gonna have to wait another minute here. What SMT? ES is not in this 15-minute gap. We have SMT here. So far. But ES is going lower, so we need to like get this change of state and go up. Otherwise, SMT is going to be donezo. For CSZ to count, do you require displacement through that CSZ with an FVG? Or no, it just has to be a closure. Just a closure above. We don't need displacement and an FVG and like all that stuff. Data low? No, it could go to data low too. This is just me, like, this is me assuming that this is going to be bullish instead of bearish like I think it is, right? I've been saying this entire week, I've been bearish bias, right? However, we continue making new daily highs. So I'm going to try to play into the long side here because we have an actionable setup. So if it plays out, I'll try out the long side here. However, I don't love the long. I really don't. I still don't. So we'll see. Data low isn't always an obvious draw. Data low could be a nice draw. But the thing is that, see, like, this is the conflicting bias. If data low gets hit, did we get that there? Nope. If data low gets hit, this is no longer bullish to me, right? If data low gets hit, we're flipping this daily green to red, and I would then be bearish. And my bearish bias would be correct, which essentially, like, through New York or Asia, right? The bearish bias has been correct every day. But dude, the issue is that it just keeps making new highs. It makes new daily highs every day, right? So this is the only reason why I'm playing into the long in the first place, is because a new daily high was created here. Let's see if maybe we get it here. I'm only trying this with 3 micros, so like super light trade, nothing heavy. If we get it here, I'll try it. But we have an actionable setup, so I'll try it with super light size. If you're not confident in this, don't tail me on this. I'm only taking this again. I'm only taking this because taking a super light. So 3 micros, I'm in that. Gonna keep a stop loss right here. And yeah, that's like pretty much it. We'll see how this goes, but these are going to be the targets up here. All right, so we'll see if we can reach those targets. But I'll put a hard sell at 514.25. When SMT appears, where should I wait for CSZ? CSZ you want to wait for after we hit a PD array with an aligned time frame. So in this case, we hit a 15-minute. That's the lowest time frame PD array you can hit for a entry, and you get the entry on a 1-minute time frame. Nice here so far. As long as we can continue getting nice closures through this range, it'd be pretty solid. Be like a 120-point trade here. 120-point trade if it hits full TP. Five-minute RB. I don't give 5-minute a lot of weight. 15-minute, yeah. So again, like 15-minute here would be the only place that I would frame a short from. Like if you're gonna take a rejection block short, it would be 15-minute. But we'll see. See, like these candles, man, like inside of this range. This is what I'm telling you guys. I'm just sized down. 3 micros, all trades for me here. Nothing else. Not taking any more size than 3 micros. Really, really shitty price action here. Back to break even. We have 10 a.m. here in 13 minutes. 13 minutes. Now, the pattern this week has been the move takes place before 10 a.m. every day. Every day this week. 10 a.m. just doesn't really do shit. So I'm kind of playing into that here. Is potentially this move taking place before 10 a.m. I think I'm hands off today. Yeah, bro. Being hands off today is probably the best thing to do. It's just worth the risk here for me. Taking it with 3 micros, not a big deal. So that's the only reason why I'm trying this one out. Just hanging around this break-even area. But I don't like this big sell candle we just had on 9:46 a.m. That candle, absolutely horrible candle. It stopped me out. Ow. How did it stop you out? It wasn't even close to the stop loss. I mean, we were like halfway there, but it didn't get close. Anyone else having problems with Trade of 8? I'm on Trade of 8. Fine for me. PA has been horrible. Yeah, it's been pretty fucking bad. But the main reason why it's bad is because we have CPI at the end of the week, right? Normally we have CPI Wednesday. Wednesday's usually when CPI is. Now we have CPI on Friday. So it basically cooks the entire week, right? You know, we have just been in a range the entire week. Monday to Thursday will probably be full range. I mean, today's Wednesday, and we are trying to reject the range, which I'm trying to play into the break of the range. But we're still rejecting the range, right? Like, we're still in it. We haven't done anything significant here this entire week. We don't have SMT with the 15-minute gap, but we have SMT at this low that was just created here. Oops, I did not mean to move my stop loss. We have SMT at this low. So, yeah, we'll see. We will see. Not that great of a not that great looking of a trade for sure. That's why I'm only in 3 micros though. I would say that daily imbalance is up here in the 400. Is there a daily volume imbalance at the 100 too? 100. We don't have a daily imbalance at the 100. I'm not seeing one. Do you only trade on props? No, I trade both props and live. I do both. Prop and live. My live account, I reserve for just swing trading. I don't day trade on my live account. The props, I only day trade on them. Now we have SMT here. This just looks like shit, dude. Looks absolutely fucking horrible. Bias on today. Not sure yet. I would like to be bearish, but this thing is forcing me to be bullish. But the bullish side isn't really playing out either. So, not sure, bro. I guess we will see. Just got pulled over. Rip. Damn, GG's, man. Reputable props that allow swing trading. I don't know any props that allow swing trading, dude. Is your mic on? Yeah. I'm not able to set my SL or TP in TradeAbate trading view. Ow, you just right click and then set your order right here. 10 a.m. might just manipulate in this hourly FVG. Yeah, it might. It might, which would effectively just be the end of this trade. And I probably don't see myself taking in another one. I might just close out of this early here. Let's see. Okay, I'm closing this out at a $70 loss, okay? And minus, okay, I fucking would have just went break even there. $70 loss, 2-digit loss. Okay, whatever. I'm cool with it. I'll wait for this hourly gap here because we only have 5 minutes left now and it's hanging in this area. So I'll wait for that hourly gap. Maybe that'll be the trade here. Let's see. Let's test it out. But I'd rather just close that early instead of taking a full loss and then not be able to take this trade. So let's see. It's just so sketchy, dude. Still really sketchy because this is showing signs of wanting to go higher, right? Obviously with the continuous daily highs that keep getting created. However, there's just no, look, bro, higher, 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 right? Higher highs across the board. But there's no follow through. As soon as it makes the high, it just rejects every time, right? Every time it just rejects. So right now, what we have here for every day this week, where's Monday, right? Monday right here. So higher high, higher high, higher high, lower low, lower low, and lower low. Every day this week, right? Every day this week. That's kind of what we're seeing here. No significant break of the range from either side. Higher time frame to me is still bullish, but or sorry, still bearish, That hourly gap is going to hit on ES2 though. So we have to watch for SMT. But yeah, this dude, as long as it's trading inside of this range, it looks so fucking bad. It looks like shit. It looks like absolute shit. Are we closing this hourly gap? Yeah, I don't know, boys. I don't know about this. This is fucking horrible. I think he's gonna close this hourly gap here. Yeah. Yeah, good thing I closed that trade at a $70 loss, because it would have hit full loss. I don't really use 5-minute as a rejection block, on NQ at least. 15-minute lowest. It looks like it does want to go for these data lows, so this might be where this thing is headed. I think it's just gonna completely fuck over this one hour gap. I don't think it's gonna give a shit about this 1 hour gap. It might just close it before the hourly even new hourly even opens here, because we still got a whole minute left, so it might just fully close it. All in all, I will be honest with you guys. The short trade that I would have wanted to see is this. The WIXE trade right here. This is the short trade I would have wanted to see. And it didn't quite get there. So for me, like, there wasn't a clean enough setup up here. Right? Like, there's no clean setup up here. It didn't even hit 5-minute WIXE. Married to my bot. Are you guys fucking stupid? I've been saying I'm short biased the entire week, bro. You guys are actually retarded. 5-minute inverse, I hope you guys understand. 5-minute inverse, or inverse in general, is not my model. So if we see a sweep and an inverse, like, cool, that's not my model. I don't trade that way. I would have to see a WIXE, or if there was a PDRA above this high, which in this case there isn't, I would see a change in state of delivery, right? That would be my model. I'm not going to trade an inversion here. When, especially, by the way, especially if we have higher time frame gaps, like an hourly or 15-minute, that want to trade to the upside too. So if we hit this would have been a better short trade. I would have been a little more interested in something like this. But I mean, yeah. Short side, not a good enough setup for me there. First presented FVG. Yeah, it needs to be a 15-minute in order for there to be a 1-minute change in state of delivery. That is how aligned time frames work. My headset dying. Let's see where this manipulates into. Nowhere really on a 15-minute for this to go besides this. The inverse. The 15-minute inverse here. If we manipulate into 15-minute inverse, can get a 1-minute change in state lower, and that would be a cool trade setup. Other than that, there's nothing here for this to manipulate into, really. A little bit higher, in order for this to, like, actually present a trade. Is it possible 15-minute WIXE could still be tapped? It's possible, but it's unlikely, because we've retraced a decent amount of this range now. So unlikely, because this 15-minute gap, if bearish, this 15-minute inverse gap should hold us lower. So no reason for this to, like, push up into that anymore. Just flip that 4-hour green to red, but again, like, no manipulation leg here at all, right? no gap, no nothing that we manipulated into. This hourly most likely just gets inversed. I don't see this hourly holding. For flow model, that FVG that price manipulates into on a new 4-hour open doesn't have to be fresh. It does have to be fresh. Of course it does. Maybe tapping in bullish 1 hour CE. Taking out data lows. Yeah, it's possible. I mean, we've been going range low to range high, so this would not be a far-fetched, you know, trade here. 175.75. You can mark it out and see how it goes. Only thing is, each day, if you guys notice, it's a lower low that's being created each day. So based off of that, I would be expecting a new lower low to get created. So yeah, we'll see. Smaller RVG mean lower probability? Not necessarily, no. If 15-minute wick gets mitigated, but the CE doesn't get tapped, then we come back up and tap the CE. That's something you'd be willing to take, or no? No, I would still take it, as long as it doesn't look like this. Like this, if this goes to 15-minute wick CE, I'm not taking it, right? Because we move through a bearish PD array. We basically retrace a decent chunk of this range. So at this point, like this 15-minute wick CE, I would consider edged. Right? I wouldn't expect to push back up to this 15-week CE at all. Like at this point, I would be looking for, you know, whatever different PD arrays are over here. I mean, there's nothing on a 5 or 15 that I can frame a trade off of, but I would be looking for this thing to push lower, right? Off of what we got here. I'd be looking for it to push lower. If price sweeps data lows and goes back towards respecting the hourly gap, would you consider long from there? No. No. If this hits data lows, I'm bearish as fuck. I mean, I've been bearish, right? But it's just difficult to be when we are continuously breaking through the daily highs, right? That's the only reason why I gave long a shot. Only reason why I gave the long a shot. Because we're continuously breaking daily highs. If it's going to break out of a range, it's going to do it like in that area. But otherwise, I've been bearish. And especially down here, I'm bearish as fuck. I can't be bullish down here when we flip daily green to red. Yeah, see, that hourly gap is just fried. But no manipulation leg here on this 10 a.m. candle. So not the biggest fan. Yeah, I'm not really seeing a good enough setup here, bro. That's the problem. Would love to take a short, like short bias has been great, but just not seeing anything here. Are we in this hourly gap on? Ooh, we have some nasty SMT with ES2 up here. We got some insane SMT. Look at this, bro. We have some crazy SMT right there. ES is like, this low is so far below where we're trading. ES really strong. NQ just retraced a 5-minute CSD. What? Did it not manipulate into 4-hour RB? It needs to hit the CE of this rejection block. There's no entry unless it hits the CE, bro. As long as, see, the thing is with shorting this 4-hour week CE is we would have to hold these lows so we have a clear draw, right? These lows need to be held. Like we cannot take out these lows and then go back up to 4-hour week CE because then it doesn't look that good, right? So if it can go up to 4-hour week CE here from this area before going down there, way better look, way better look. Way better look. Yeah, guys. Oh, Dylan just posted the lifetime link. Make sure you guys lock in with the lifetime. It goes away on Friday, guys. Goes away on Friday. It's $380 for lifetime forever. One-time payment for the Discord. We are in 15-minute OB. Would you consider it? No. I'm assuming you mean for long? No. No, I would not. Locked in like I'm doing life in prison, bro. And like most people who live stream, you do legit market analysis. Yeah, bro. I try to give you guys essentially just a look into my brain, bro. That's the goal here. Oh, by the way, guys, somebody just said alpha futures. Speaking of alpha futures, right now, if you guys trade alpha or like alpha, I'm a pretty big fan of alpha as essentially a substitute to Top Step because it's very similar rules but better payout structure. It's currently 20% off with code KEY on alpha futures. So for a Valentine's Day, they did a 20% off sale. So if you guys use alpha, you trade alpha, you like alpha, use code KEY right now, 20% off. I believe it goes on to the 15th. I think this is going on till the 15th. So till the 15th, you guys can use this code and lock in with the big alpha futures, the biggest. As your code for buying 50k alpha, hell yeah, man. Preach, preach, preach. Nice move lower. We did hit the data lows there. However, no manipulation leg. That was good enough for me, at least, on this current 4-hour, this 10 a.m. 4-hour candle. So, buy sell stops at 20 points from CMP on CPI is good for passing a 50k. Yeah. So yeah. I personally would do a little bit more than the 3k because if you make more, you can always lose, right? But it's harder to make the money. So I would go for a little bit more just for slippage. And yeah, that's it. Was not going to trade that 5-minute CSZ retap was... Yeah. Which 5-minute CSZ retap? Would that 1-hour RB below the data lows be valid or no? I wouldn't take it. Personally, would not take it. Like, I think it should make new lows, right? The pattern here this week has been lower lows, higher highs and lower lows. So it should continue with that and, you know, go lower still. Yeah, this thing's just not coming back up there. No chance. Yeah, if you want to try this, there it is. But I'm not going to take this. To me, it looks more like we should push for new lows. Just the pattern's been there, so that's what I would assume here. Yeah, ES broke the low, so we have SMT, but still not a good enough trade here for me to take. Still not. Almost to the low. Should get there. There it is. New low. New low was indeed created. So now, if we're following the pattern, new low gets created New York PM, and the thing then starts going up all of Asia. Look at this. Same pattern every time, bro, right? Low goes up for Asia. Low goes up for Asia. Right? Low. Well, in this case, we made a newer low here. So maybe goes up for Asia. And then another move lower. Okay. This thing has now hit the daily objective. I'm more than likely just going to call it a day here. Not the greatest day at all. I mean, yeah, it was like really shit, dude. These days have been absolutely fucking horrible. Hopefully Friday's a little bit better after you get CPI. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing else over here. I may be live for Asia. I'm gonna watch Asia and kind of see how it goes. If it doesn't really show me anything, and doesn't really show me a nice clean setup, then I'm probably not going to hop on. And if I do, it'll probably be just inside of the Discord. I'll probably hop on the voice channel in the Discord for a little bit. That's kind of it, bro. I'm not seeing much here. This week has been fairly low probability for the most part. So I think that just continues into tomorrow, and hopefully not Friday, but it's crazy because highest probability day this week is going to be Friday. But yeah, that's all I have. I'm going to be live tonight around like 9-ish, somewhere around there. If I go live, it'll be somewhere around 9. So you guys can tap in. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Have a good one, everybody.